What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today, I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this new project called Khrysis Elzhi are Jericho Jackson. Khrysis is a sample-based producer who's made a lot of great productions for artists like Rhapsody and Little Brother. And then with Elzhi, he's just a top-tier lyricist in my opinion. Back in 2016, he actually made my top 20 with that Lead Poison album. Actually top 5, so I do hold both of these guys in high regards. So to see them come together as this new group, Jericho Jackson, was very exciting to me. I really like pretty much everything on here, from the beats to the bars, so I got a lot of notes as usual, and we're just going to work it on out. So one of the things I gotta say is that there's a lot of cohesiveness here. I think these two have great chemistry, and I'm gonna start off talking about some of Khrysis' production styles. I did like on Talkin About, where we get a little bit of a neo soul vibe. This one has some very bubbly bass on it, very smooth all around. And then with the song Listen, we get a nice R&B joint. This one also features some silky smooth vocals from Amber Navan, so these are two of my favorite tracks. I really like the way that they were flowing. Not sure if I said her last name right, Amber Navran maybe, but you know what, I'm trying. Either way, you had some great vocals on there and I liked it. So another thing I can point out about this project is that there are skits and clips throughout, and usually I don't like that, but I felt like the ones on here really tied everything together and they weren't overbearing. They're actually quite thought-provoking. This is true with the intro track, which is called World of Illusion. Here, the overall dangers of overthinking are discussed, and this flows nicely into the first track, which is actually called Overthinking. On this one, Elzhi is looking back at past experiences and just recalling times where he kind of got caught up in his own head, overthinking things. And the line that really stuck out to me on here is when he says, "You either change the way you see things or keep poking at the hive and getting these bee stings." That was just really dope to me because this song in general is just dealing with how we often get caught up in our head, we overthink things and get in that negative cycle, but sometimes you need to stop that and find a new way to look at things. I really thought there was a lot to take away from this project. There are lots of wisdom gems dropped all over this shit, so I gotta shout out Elzhi for that, man. Not only that, but he also has that buttery smooth rap style. I felt like everything he was saying on here was very easy to understand and yet clever at the same time. And through a lot of these tracks, including the ones I've already discussed, you are getting some storytelling employed as well. On one song in particular, Cuffin' Season, he's just painting the picture of what it's like when the police are trying to reach their quota. They're just out here trying to get anybody that they can, so that one just acts as a warning for police who are losing their damn minds. And then with the song Friends, Elzhi is reminding you to stay very cautious when it comes to the people you're close to. Sometimes those are the people that are going to do you the dirtiest. I thought that was a great track. I really just like how he's bringing a lot of topics and deep content on this one. The overall sound is great, and then when you have that content that you can relate to and learn from, it really does help it stick. So that was a track that I really enjoyed. But one of the tracks that really comes through with the storytelling is 17. On this one, he's telling the story of a young man who really was not too bad at 16, you know, he was doing his usual thing, his games, his anime, working a job, but then at 17, something changed, and he just got caught up in that fast life. I think we all know people like this who at some point they just start making decisions that turn their world upside down. I'm not going to ruin the story here because you'll see how it turns out. It ain't good. So this is one of those tracks I think a lot of people will relate to. We all know people like this who really make bad decisions and, you know, as I said, it doesn't work out in their best interest. Another cool thing about this is how it actually samples N.E.R.D's song Deep Down Body Thirst. And the reason I found that so cool is because you don't usually see songs so new being sampled this quickly, but it really worked quite well. I love the way they pulled it off, and this is another standout track. There are many of them on here. I just love this album, man. I'm going to say it straight up. It's my favorite album of the year so far. But another track that stuck out to me, to keep it moving, is To-Do List. I absolutely love the warm strings on this. They have a very smooth and melodic feel to them. And here we're getting Elzhi spitting some nice bars. There's one line where he says, "You shouldn't pay attention to what others post online because a facade is all that you're going to find." This is just an all-out great track. Really, he's dealing with self-care and just looking after yourself and staying focused. So I appreciate that line because it's so true, man. You look at what people post online, it's always that positive shit. It's not the real shit. You're not always seeing the best and the worst side of things usually. So he's just telling you you can't really look at what you're seeing on Twitter and Instagram and take that for what it is, man. We know how it goes down, even when it comes to those catfishes. So again, Elzhi is bringing all kinds of truth. This is just a really dope album to me, man. I'm going to go with a 4.5 out of 5 here. And the only reason I wouldn't go with a 5 is because it is a pretty traditional hip-hop project. I mean, that's not really a bad thing. Obviously, a 4.5 out of 5 is still good. But I try to save 5s, which I rarely give out, only to Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly, for projects that really feel like they're going to change the game a lot, like they're bringing a lot of new things, great content and all that. So to me, that was the only thing that this project was missing. If you're not big into traditional hip hop, you might not really fuck with this one that much, but I would still recommend giving it a shot, man. The bars on this are top tier. I love a lot of the productions as well. So, you know, it is just a dope project. But to wrap up some of the tracks I didn't talk about, I did like that Rump Shaker sample on Self-Made. I forget what the original sample is. It's some saxophone sample, but we know it from Rump Shaker. Just very cool to hear that being used again. And then I got to shout out Breguets. This had a really crazy line on it that I 100% fucked with. Elzhi spits, "I'm the heir to the throne, strong enough to knock the crown of the current king." That is just a crazy clever line. There are plenty of them on here. You're certainly going to pick up on more of those. I was just focusing more on some of the introspection and also the insightful content that he brought here. But lastly, I also like that song, Thank You. This is an outro track. Again, you're getting some very nice instrumentation. And here, Elzhi is just thanking everyone who helped him along the way, including his mother, who didn't have an abortion, man. She went through with it, she had him, and look how things turned out. We motherfucking got Elzhi, man. Killing this shit. So that was a dope track. On that outro, you get a very smooth set of strings and keys just to tie the thing all together. Very beautiful project, man. Very cohesive. I don't really have a track that I all out hate or anything like that, but if I had to pick a least favorite, it would be Self-Made. I did like that sax sample, but overall, it's just my least favorite, man. Still not a bad track, though. But that's just what I got to say about this one. You guys check it out for yourself and then hit me up in the comments section with your thoughts. And of course, man, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man. You know where I'm at, so show me love and show me lots of it. 4.5 out of 5. It is what it is. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.